down 3-0, facing the better rotation in its own park backed by a lineup built around Triple Crown winner Miguel Cabrera. How hopeless does the task confronting the Yankees seem? As tough as it will be for them to get back to the Bronx, it seems as though they may be no more likely to return to New York with a live shot than they will with their dignity intact. Consider Phil Koch's post-game comment about his opponents. "These guys are a great ball club. They're scrappy, and they're built to win, and we're thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Just matching them. The Yankees scrappy. When, in the history of the English language, or just American vernacular, has that ever been a word you associate with the Yankees? The next thing you know, we'll have to endure listening to Joe Girardi talk about how his team is just lucky to be here, and they're taking it one day at a time. One pitcher's off-the-cuff remark aside, there's still at least one more game to play. If the Yankees are to take solace in anything going into Game 4 on Wednesday, thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Night, it might have to begin and end with the matchup on the mound, because they have CC Sabathia facing Max Scherzer in an elimination game. In 2012, Sabathia was 3-0 against the Tigers, holding them to .238/.289/.405. So that's fairly promising, unless you want to start worrying about postseason edition Delmond Young's Yankee killing prowess showing up yet again. Given Sabathia's willingness to pitch around Miggy in the past, walking him 8 times, 3 times intentionally in 38 at-bats, having also surrendered a pair of homers and 2 doubles, the prospect of a Young versus thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Sabathia matchup with Manon could be the fulcrum upon which the game's outcome pivots. Jim Leyland will no doubt try to expand the Tigers' scoring opportunities by mixing and matching with his lineup card. Avisail Garcia should be in right, for example, fulfilling his half of the late-developing platoon with Quintin Berry. Should the Tigers also start Gerald Laird instead of Alex Avila behind the plate? While Leyland generally tried spotting Laird for Avila against lefties, you might wonder why, given Laird's feeble .200/.275/.347 line against southpaws this season. But Laird has a good career. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Clip against Sabathia, hitting .417/.500/.625 in 28 plate appearances, while Avila is 0 for 11 with 7 strikeouts. In a microcosm, these are choices that reflect Leyland's flexibility with his lineup. Lineup changes during the ALCS without any drama. Who does that? The team up 3-0. In the other half of the game, at least on paper, the Yankees lineup would seem perfectly set up to exploit Scherzer's huge platoon split. This year, he has held right-handed batters to .201/.244/.343, while lefties hit him for .292/.366/.465, including a walk rate of more than 10%. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. It's worth noting that during his late-season run of 7 quality starts before getting slowed down with shoulder trouble, Scherzer never had to see a lineup that leaned as heavily to the left as the Yankees' normal starting 9-6 lefty bats, which goes up to 7 if Girardi decides to have Alex Rodriguez keep him company in the dugout again and start Eric Chavez at third base. Set against that, though, is the combination of the Yankees' absolute utility at bat in this series and this postseason. Girardi's Panic Station's Game 3 lineup didn't achieve anything. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Against Justin Verlander, and the Yankees' collective career line against Scherzer is a thoroughly woeful .177/.266/.282. So even if Girardi tries stacking the deck with 7 bats from the left side against Scherzer by starting Chavez, he's got a lineup that's almost as punchless all of the time against him as it has been during the rest of the postseason. However, there is the other issue Scherzer will have to overcome to become the latest Tigers rotation stalwart turned October hero: health. If the shoulder's okay, that's great, but how great, and how long before? Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. He tires. Add to that the ankle injury suffered during Detroit's dogpile to celebrate the division series win, and whether the Yankees struggled or not, this seems to cue up an opportunity for the Tigers bullpen to make an extended appearance. Certainly, that puts the spotlight back on Coke after he closed out each of the Tigers' past two victories. After Game 3, Coke hardly sounded like the fire-breathing closer, saying of his game-ending whiff of Raul Ibanez, "Alex called slider, 3-2, gotta make it count, and I threw it as hard as I thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Luckily he swung as hard as he could and didn't hit it. Admittedly, that he got to do it against Ibanez, who had homered against him in the 2009 World Series for the Phillies when Coke was a Yankee, surely that was worth some strutting. Not so much. He's killing everybody, my hat's off to him. He's done things that nobody's ever done in the game of baseball. He did take me deep in the World Series in '09, about 460 to the gap if I recall correctly, so I'm glad that I've been able. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. To put all that behind me, Coke doesn't exactly have a handle on his being the closer, even if he's closing, saying, "I didn't know I was going to finish it. I thought that I might have a couple of lefties, and then maybe Wokinwah was coming in for Mark Teixeira, but as soon as I saw that there wasn't anybody was going to come out to talk to me, I was like, all right, cool, let's roll." So much for the necessity of a closer, or any reliever. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Needing to know his role, beyond the responsibility for getting people out. But the other thing you can't take from that comment is that Coke wasn't looking for Jose Valverde to take his place, but Pinwa. That says a bit about where Valverde is, whatever non-committal "let's see how he feels" comments made for his benefit. Come the 9th, with a 1-run lead, the Tigers weren't looking for Papa Grant to bail them out, not even out of a sense of polite inclusiveness. There's something very Mitch Williams circa 1993 about seeing established closer Valverde surrender. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Leeds and his job in the middle of a postseason. That year, the Phillies managed to survive Williams' combustibility in the NLCS, only to see him surrender history to Joe Carter in the World Series. But even to get that far, the Phillies had gotten surprise relief help from journeyman Roger Mason, not unlike how Leland has had to place his faith in Coke now. For Tigers fans' sakes, you can hope for a happier ending for Coke and Valverde, but first there's a fourth game to win at the Yankees' expense. If the Tigers bullpen "thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Can finish what Scherzer will start, that may not have to wait until Thursday, let alone a trip back to New York.